Welcome back. Here's my second video of the day. I'm so excited because it's spooky season. Listen, I love Halloween. I love Halloween season. I'm even willing to go with spooky season. Stop calling it spooky season. We're not three. It's spooky season. What's a spoopy? A spoopy sounds like you farted and then a heavy chunk of bowel movement came out. You know, like oh, I farted and made a spoopy. Not like you just had some backsplash or something like that. I mean, I just had this, oh, dude, that fart, I got a spoopy. I got to pull over on the side, open my underwear, let the spoopy out. You mind? That's what it sounds like. So stop the bullshit. We're not three. We're talking about baddies, all right? I'm sure some of you know what baddies is. Most of you, maybe you don't, and I'm starting to think that's a good thing. It's a black-owned, black-operated, and they're very pro-black, and I'm all for it. Network that's all black owned, black run, and everything like that, run by people who are determined to just make shows about black people beating each other senseless, primarily women. Win! I mean, what a way to move forward, honestly. It's just awesome. Now, I am guilty of having watched the show back, and I think it stems from back in the days there was a Bad Girls Club, and these girls would get rowdy and drunk, and then it was kind of new. That kind of stuff was kind of new. I'm sure they were having fights on Jersey Shore and everything, but it was not like they locked these chicks in the house, but they did more than just literally sit there punching each other in the face, waking up, drinking vodka, and doing their vape pens. That's all these chicks do on this new show. Now, one of the girls on the original show, her name was natalienunn, which has become somewhat famous, infamous, whatever you want to know, because she kept herself out there somehow, just by being super annoying and have that big Jay Leno chin and all that. So she got the weirdest chin. I actually read about that type of chin. It actually goes back to royalty, because in England, supposedly there was a lot of inbreeding in the royal family. I'm not saying that's true. I'm saying there's a lot of the royal family that don't look quite right. You know what I mean? A little, people might have been, uncle, daughter, father, daughter, and had, a spawn and stuff like that, and just passed it on. Like, it's normal. We must keep the bloodline pure by, screwing our parents. Anyway, I watched Baddies. Now, Baddies, natalienunn decided, the Bad Girls Club went off the air. At times it got I think they got too violent or something happened. And it just went off the air. Maybe it waned in popularity. She decided she wanted to keep the party rolling. I can't blame her for whatever. And she made the show called Baddies, which is all about finding the baddest girl who's a boss and who can stand on business, which means punch another bitch in the face. All right? So I urge you to just not even watch. You don't have to watch the show or anything. Look at the audition process. YouTube Baddies audition clips, all right? This is where this show has completely lost me as, why are we pretending it's anything other than female fight club? And what makes it even sadder is it's kind of like bum fights, because none of these bitches have money. I like all these chicks on this show. First of all, here's the process of what happens basically on the show. This is every episode. This is all you ever need to know. Is 7 to 8 girls from broken homes, obviously, who are either strippers, prostitutes, maybe in a music video shaking their butt once or twice, meet each other and go to different cities to appear in clubs where eventually a riot breaks out because they're known for fighting. So everybody in their fan group thinks that they should fight to get on there, and they're not wrong to get on the show. And a typical episode goes like, yeah, my name is Baddie Fatty Cash Girl, and I'm all about business. I'm all about making that coin. I'm a boss. I'm a G. I can stick a whole banana in my vagina and then push it right back out and have no indentations. I mean, that's the kind of crazy shit you're dealing with. Every girl's got the same story. Why am I a baddie? I'm a baddie because I get Section 8 and I don't tell anybody, and on weekdays I punch toddlers in the face just for fun, and I run away and put it on TikTok. It's the most insane shit you'll ever see. Now, the show is that insane. They go out. First of all, the show's a waste of time. The show's a complete waste of time because all of the shows basically start with them talking about what happened the previous episode for about 30 minutes. And it's so set up, you could tell. Like, they told them, hey, wake them up from their drunken stupor. I know they can't read and everything. Just tell them to talk about the fights that happened last week. It's all fights. That's all it is. So they'll come down First of all, they all meet each other, and they get into a fight right away. Somebody has beef or issue with somebody else, and like, well, you want to run that fade? I mean, natalienunn, the head of the show, she's on every episode because she created it, so fine, whatever. But she's like, I mean, are you going to stand on business? You know? And then she'll say stupid shit like, well, I didn't mean they should fight. You literally have them in a cornfield. No exaggeration. They've been in fields where she's like, well, you know, do your big one. Do your big one. Catch a fade. Do your big one. Catch a fade. And these girls just beat each other. They just full on beat each other. And then security will break it up 2 seconds later and then let them square up again and do it all over again. But the audition process is what I'm here to talk about. I've never really watched the auditions before. Oh, I did. And I think I'm done. I'm tapping out. The auditions were so sad. So what they do was they were auditioning for 2 shows. Another season of Baddies and Baddies Gone Wild, which I don't know what the difference is because they all, you know, flash their tits and they all get lezzy with each other and smoke blunts and do nothing all day. Except go out to a club eventually at nighttime and fist fight each other when they get back. And then fist fight each other before the club. That's really what they do. There's been blood drawn. People have gone to hospitals. I mean, like, it's that serious. So the audition process, they managed to get, you know, for lack of a better term, a bunch of hood rats. And hey, hood rats can be white too. There's trailer trash out there, so it's not specific to a race. I'm saying the people that show up, you're fucking hood rats. If you show up to a Baddies audition, you are a hood rat. You are a hood rat. And in a way, I feel bad because they're looking for a way out. Because there is some money involved in this. And maybe you can make some social media thing out of it. I don't know. But they all get there. They're all in line. And they have 4 judges who are 4 of, you know, the broken, wounded girls who grew up in an abusive home or were molested by somebody. Who are professional baddies who've been on the show before. It's kind of like an American Idol situation. Well, they'll march in these sad sacks who... I know we should embrace body positivity and everything. Look at some of the girls and what they're wearing and the size they are. And I didn't know cellulite was supposed to be hot. That's it. That's all I'm saying. I didn't know it was supposed to be hot. I didn't know if you could twerk with cellulite, you were a boss. Okay, maybe. You're also going to leave a real nasty stain on the floor that's where Mexican janitor has to clean up and smell that shit and vomit and go home and cry. Anyway, so then... the audition process, first of all, the other people like Tiffany, New York, that girl in New York from charm school, and whatever, take the gig. I understand that gig. They don't really get involved in the mess. They're just interviewing, you know, the hundreds of girls in line who you can't hear a thing. This is the line. Like, there's like 80 people in line. My name's G-Funk, wackadoodle, yummy, yum, yum, and I'm here to turn up, and I'll be just stepping in. Literally mentally ill women, you know. There was one bitch who showed up, and, you know, she's in the big herd, and even the baddies seemed freaked out by her, like the people who've been on the cast before. I love the concepts of cast, like they're Broadway or something like that. You beat each other up, and you hook. That's what happens on Do OnlyFans. So then she comes to every audition, and she's clearly not there. And she just walks up, like, they'll have, like, 20 girls at a time come into the first room where there's 3 judges who will ask them to do things like, okay, so who's a boss girl? I'm a boss girl. And then the rest of the girls like, nah, I'm boss. First of all, they all talk over each other in the audition. They just start screaming like banshees and started moving towards the stage to get the ticket to hopefully get to the next round of this, right? So they start doing that, and what happens, and what I saw in this audition, this is why you should watch it, is happened every time and got worse and worse, was a girl would walk forward and they'd be like, oh, so one of the judges, the professionals, would be like, so she thinks she's the baddest in here. Who's going to challenge her? Who's going to put her in her place? None of you. So none of you are baddies, which means, oh, I want you poor, impoverished women who pretend to have stuff but really don't to beat each other. This girl says she's the head beater, so are you guys going to beat her? And eventually somebody steps to the challenge and start punching the hell out of each other. They body slam each other. They rip each other's weaves off. One of the assignments, so those girls, you know, a couple of them get through. Or the other one is, show your titties. Show your titties and kiss your neighbor. Show your titties and kiss your neighbor. Like, basically look to the person next to you. I don't want to kiss my neighbor, dude, or a girl, or anybody. I don't know where you've been. I just met this motherfucker. Are you kidding me? But they're all, you know, sad. They might as well cry, you know, and stuff like that. I'm convinced they could tell them to do anything at this point. Okay, so you see the all lighters in front of you, right? I want you, and there's a cup of gasoline. Next to each one of the contestants, I want you to throw it on the first bitch that you can't stand and set her on fire. And the one who's on fire the longest and can actually run up here screaming while her skin is falling off gets the ticket to possibly move on to this fake show. Except for the beatings. Those are real. You will get your ass beat, okay, by somebody, or you will beat somebody's ass. So who knows how it's going to go. So go ahead. You know, some flaming bitch. There were people jumping each other in the hallway before they even get to the audition. Police show up. One girl gets punched in the face so many times, but none of them, they just got in the room to audition. I forgot the other task when they moved in the second room, you know, because they've completed the first room of Fight Club. They go to the second room, and I swear to you, this grown-ass woman, I think it was Natalie, I'm not sure. By the way, Natalie's like 39 or something, almost 40, and you're laying off other women beating each other. Way to be proud. Way to go. You know, special place in hell, but whatever. One of the challenges was to snatch a weave. To snatch a wig, I'm sorry. Now, some of these wigs are glued onto these girls or tied in. These girls actually... Oh, okay. So, if you're a real baddie, you're going to snatch a wig. They were practically ripping scalps off. Then when they would get the weave, they'd just start kicking the girl and shit like that. This is the audition process? This is the audition process to get on the show. And again, the show is nothing to watch because I watched a few episodes, and again, it's all about, well, I got a problem with her, and I'm going to discuss it with her tonight at a dinner, and hopefully it can be peaceful. And then you always got the OG, the Natalie Nunn from Bad Girls Club saying, I hope we can eat tonight and there's no fights. Bitch, you don't hope that. You want to check. You know if there's no fights on the show, and if this was, you know, baddies becoming good people or something like that, and they gave to charity every day, and they went out and they did something special and fed the homeless, they participated in, like, mental health exercises, just got better, you know, she bought them all houses or something like that, they wouldn't be fighting and scrapping each other, and you would get no ratings. Just be real about it. And, yeah, it's just so fun. Snatch a weave. Can you imagine American Idol? Oh, before you sing that next song, can you bring the other contestant in, the amateur? Yeah, could you bring him in? I noticed you have a guitar. All right, and you have a guitar. Whoever can beat the other person unconscious gets the ticket to move on in American Idol. Come on, do it, and show your dick. Show your dick, swing it around. Well, swing it around while you're beating them to death. Come on. Yeah, even some things are too far for me. Eric, you'd love it. It's like the deathmatch shit. So, I know it might be boring to some, but I just had to come out. Baddies is tragic. The auditions are even more sad, yet still funny in a sad way.